Hey, my name is Chris. I am 55 years old and I recently was diagnosed with ADHD. Before I go any further, though, like in my other two videos that I've done so far, I just want to make it clear that I am not a professional. So if you're looking for someone to help you with ADHD or expert advice or anything like that, or coaching or anything, that's not what this is for. This is more just documenting my experience. Today's episode 3, I guess you could say, is I wanted to talk about the things that I've noticed, the pros and the cons of having ADHD, because there definitely is both. I will say for my life so far, especially the past 20 years, there's definitely been a bigger con than a pro. And I was going to go over that first because the biggest con that I have with ADHD is executive dysfunction. The reason that con outweighs the pros is because it keeps me from really being able to let my pros do what they can do, or if they what they want to do or whatever. So I basically have executive dysfunction and I'm actually seeing coaching for that. And to kind of give you an idea of what executive dysfunction is, I'm actually going to read it. So if I'm looking down, that's why, because I don't want to miss anything, because like almost all of these, and I will give you say which ones definitely are me and which ones are not me. So the biggest one, the first one right off the bat, is sitting on the couch and wanting to do something but can't get up because I feel stuck. That is me to a T. I definitely contribute that with another big con, which is ADHD burnout, where I'm just constantly feel tired all the time. So for the longest time, I always felt that I was just being lazy and didn't understand it, but it is definitely a combination of the burnout and then just executive dysfunction. I procrastinate on important things. Unless I say, like, for me, a deadline that would create like enough urgency for me to get things done. But if there is no deadline to anything, it really kind of just gets lost and I don't do it. Um, Tons of times I'll walk into a room and forget why I haven't walked in there or opened up a closet or a pantry door or a cabinet door. And then I literally forget why I did it. I will say most of the time I can remember, but sometimes I don't even remember why I did it. So that definitely happens to me a lot. Starting projects and never finishing them is huge. Another huge thing for me is that losing track of time, actually not so much in the cons. So that is one of the things that they say. And that is another thing, time blindness, they actually say for people with ADHD. I don't notice that really affecting me very much. So I'm pretty good at keeping time, and especially in being on time for things. I think that was definitely learned though, because one of the biggest things that I've always said and I've always thought is like time is definitely the one thing that you can never get back. So I don't want to waste other people's times. I don't want to take time away from other people waiting on me. So I'm definitely the type of person I'm actually get there before an appointment. I'm always sitting in the parking lot and waiting. I will leave earlier to make sure. I'll even give myself time for traffic or just anything being able to happen could always happen. So I always try to give myself 10 to 15 minutes longer than what it would say when I look it up like on GPS of how long it would take me. I always want to make sure that I'm definitely there. I definitely get overwhelmed by tasks with multiple steps, which is, a very big thing about procrastination for me. Is I procrastinate because I get overwhelmed, because I'm like, there's so much to do. Even with these videos, I laid in bed for about an hour before I finally hit play, because I was so overwhelmed on how I want to get this, like all the things that I want to say in the video. So I definitely get overwhelmed by things like that. I don't really, I mean, I have a messy house, but it's not disgusting. I try to kind of clean up after myself. I do tend to let things go, but there definitely is a point though that I'm like, okay, this is crazy. And then this will also go into one of the pros too. And then no, I don't miss appointments. Like I said, I definitely am respectful for people's time. So if I am not going to be able to make an appointment, I will not even just make it. If I don't want to do something, I typically won't even make an appointment. But if I know that I can't get there, I would definitely give enough time to cancel the appointment. So that's the executive dysfunction part. But like I said, I'm getting help with the executive dysfunction, which hopefully will then now the pros will outweigh the cons. And again, I kind of dipped into another big con is the ADHD burnout, where like there's just for the longest time, I don't know how long, it's been yesterday was the first day, and that's because I think that the meds that I'm on finally kind of kicked in where I don't feel like my brain is like floating or um like brain fog, I guess you can say. Like I like years and years and years there's has not been a day that has gone by where I don't feel brain fog, except for yesterday was finally a day where I went from when I woke up, and I noticed it right away when I woke up, to the end of the day is I did not feel any brain fog the whole day. Now I did get tired and I took a nap, but I did not feel brain fog. So the brain fog to me is more like not physically being tired, but just not able to function, just like feeling like my head, I just can't get myself to do anything, even though I don't feel physically exhausted. Where yesterday when I took a nap, I was just tired. I took like a 15 or 20-minute nap, and then that was it. No brain fog or anything. And that has been something that has really, really has affected my life is that constant brain fog. So like I said, the meds seem like they are you know, starting to help with that. So hopefully that continues and I will not continue to live my life in brain fog. So those are the cons. But like I said, those are really big cons to me. And the reason I say that is because they affect my relationships. They affect, family. They affect my job. They affect me of making money and trying to start a business that I've been trying to start for a long time, online fitness business. So those definitely affect my life more than the pros for the most part until I can get this whole thing figured out where again that executive dysfunction is I know how to deal with it, which I am starting to. So I feel positive about it. Like I definitely feel like pretty soon these pros are going to start outweighing the cons. Like right now it's basically cons and pros, and I want the pros to start to be the one that outweighs the cons. But with the pros, they're really, really strong pros, I believe, and that's why I do feel optimistic. So one of the things I can say for me as a pro is just my adaptability. I'm really good at problem solving. And I'm very good at problem solving. I kind of lump these two things together. So it's like I don't need to be like if I have a plan, if something happens to that plan, it doesn't shut me down. I can go with it. I can adapt to that. I really like problem solving. I'm definitely someone that is a big believer in like we can just figure something out. Like I don't just give up on things just because they start to get a little bit difficult. It's like almost I kind of thrive on that. And then I do thrive under pressure for sure. Like I don't panic under pressure. It actually like, and it's because of the dopamine, lack of dopamine. So under doing things under pressure and having to figure things out, it gives me a dopamine hit, which is like, I'm craving it because my body doesn't, or my brain doesn't naturally produce the same amount of dopamine that someone that doesn't have ADHD creates, on their own. So I definitely thrive in things like that. When I'm interested in things, it's like I have really high energy and I'm super like enthusiastic about things that I really get interested in. And that is one of the reasons why I like to consider myself that I'm a fitness professional, a fitness coach, and I think I'm a very good one. I really do. And I think that ADHD is something that helps me with that because like I said, when I'm interested in something, I am super enthusiastic about it and I hyper focus, which is the last, and some people even consider this a superpower. It's like I do hyper focus on things. If I want to learn something, I research it, everything I can find out about it. And for me, it is about fitness and just the human body and just the movement and everything. Like I mentioned in another video, like I am so fascinated by the human body that I just dive in when it comes to fitness and health and well-being and just like how to get stronger, how to move better, how to be able to do things, you know, that I just love it. I love it. And when I start to talk about it, people see my enthusiasm, so which I think that people understand that it's like I believe like if I talk about something and I coach something, it's because I truly deep down in my heart, I believe it. I believe in it. I'm not like what I would consider a fitness enthusiast with someone that just likes to work out. And so like, hey, well, I like to work out. So I'm going to be a fitness trainer so I can just show people like how I work out. Where it's like, no, I want to know there's more than one way to work out and to gain strength. And I want to know all of it because I want to be able to help people in that journey that they're in when it comes to fitness and strength and just overall well-being. But I know that there isn't just one way to do all those things. So I want to be able to help as many people as I can. So I want to learn all of it. And I want to dig deep into the people that I work with on what will work best for them, not necessarily what will work best for me. I'll always start off with like, hey, well, this is what I do. So let's see if this works for you. But if it's something like if you don't get enthusiastic about like the way that I like to train, then it's not going to help you. And so I want to help you find what will make you enthusiastic about training and just being strong and being able to move well and not being in pain and be able to do the thing that you love for as long as you possibly can. So I'm going to just find all the ways to help people so that way I can help them find their way and what makes them want to do those things and not feel like they're being forced to do it or they have to do it. I want you to be happy about it. I want you to show up every day enthusiastic. All right, so that's just a quick video on that, the pros and the cons. Like, subscribe, comment, whatever you want to do. Thanks for listening.